Boom, baby! Oh my, let's go, baby! One. It's your boy, baby. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy and Cam over from Forging Theories. Today, we're going to be tackling the newest show coming up on Disney Plus, Hawkeye. Big shout out to the wifey for making me the shirt. I know there's probably not going to be as much hype around this show, considering we have the behemoth of Spider-Man No Way Home coming out, but we still got to put out some content, and you know how we love Forging Theories out here, so we're going to get right into it.
So let's kick it off, man. Obviously, we have Hawkeye. So, Mr. J, tell me what your favorite Hawkeye moment in the MCU to this point has been.
To be honest, bro, and I don't know if this is just like necessarily because there has been a lack of excellence for the character, but I think the most hype moment I had watching Hawkeye was in What If, in the episode when he sacrificed himself to save Natasha from the Ultron bots, and he does the slow motion draw like sacrifice. That entire episode of What If showcased Hawkeye better than I feel like we have seen it in the majority of the MCU. And if they can keep that same energy and just put it into this show, I think he can be like one of the characters that are finally respected. What about you, bro? What do you think?
200% for me was an Endgame when he's running from the Outriders, when he has the gauntlet and he's got like he went from Hawkeye to Savage Ronin, and this is where he kind of crosses over and he has those two moments, you know. So I think that kind of leads us into this series of like he has to deal with being Hawkeye and then the implications of being Ronin. And I think that was super cool just in those moments, period, of just the way that he used the sword in the whatever the hell it's called, bow and arrow. I don't know. It was good. It was like a top live action moment, but definitely I like your what if in this Hawkeye. So my next question for you would be, what are you looking forward to most from this Disney Plus Hawkeye series?
Honestly, bro, I think it's gonna be similarly to like a Falcon and the Winter Soldier, very Earth-based, a little bit more grounded, not so much cosmic lore surrounding it like we had in WandaVision or Loki or even What If. So I'm looking forward to Hawkeye crossing paths with other street level characters, aka Daredevil, Kingpin, any of the Defenders, any of the other New York city-based characters. I think they can easily tie in some of those characters, and it would just continue the growth of all the MCU characters that we have established so far. What about you, bro?
Definitely to piggyback off of that, I think the fact that he is a mentor to Kate Bishop and will still continue to have a Hawkeye character, because I think Hawkeye as a character is awesome. I think there's so much they can explore and so much more. Again, calling back to what you said with the What If episode, like there's so much that they haven't shown yet. So I think if he can kind of move that along and Kate Bishop can kind of pick up that mantle of Hawkeye, and then we can see even more from that character, that'd be super cool. But then also what we're going to get from New York City, dude, it's the Daredevil thing. I know we're going to jump into it with our theories that we're going to forge, but this just opens up for me my favorite part of superheroes in shows and stuff, right? My roots go back to like almost the CW shows, like having those like low budget, they have to do things like that's relatable, right? They can fight, but they can use special effects. I think we can get a little more grounded with Hawkeye, and I think that's kind of going to just like do exactly what I think the opposite of Eternals did. It put us so far out there. This is going to kind of bring us back just so that we can jump with Spider-Man to kind of get crazy again. So I think this will be a nice transition into the next multiversal thing that we're going to see.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right, guys, so that moves us into our next segment, pigging off of the energy and the excitement we had from last video with Spider-Man. We are going to continue the caliente or frío segment of the video. So I got to know, bro, the costumes and the new uniforms that we're going to see in this Disney Plus show, caliente or frío?
Ooh, you know what? I'm going to throw out frío. I think that they can do so much more with these. It's like I can only see leather purple pants and shirts so much. Like, give me some detail, give me a costume. Like, this isn't Spider-Man 1. This guy pulled something out from the garbage. Like, give me some substance. I need something. I need something.
What
Oh,
you think every person in the MCU should now have like vibranium tech or Stark tech suit?
the thing is everybody needs, just like we talked about in the Marvel Tournament of Champions, just like we talked with Shang-Chi, everyone needs some sort of power up because the villains are too, the scale is too big. If they don't get some sort of vibranium or some sort of Stark tech, there is no way we're going to have another Avengers 1 thing where this guy can't take a hit. Like, they have to be able to absorb some damage from the people that are going to be coming. So listen, Iron Spider, some sort of variation. I don't even know what it'll be. Take Doc Ock's friggin' arms. They need something to protect them better than what they have. Like Kevlar and leather. Like, you're gonna get kicked through a wall. Like, it's not gonna happen. So yes, they need something. Mr. J. Caliente o frío? Kingpin as the villain, the main villain in this Hawkeye series.
Caliente, baby. I think that would be an easy win for them to just introduce that character as, you know, the mob boss that he is. And he doesn't even have to necessarily be like the main villain, like you're saying, but he could be the benefactor of all these other gang factions that are taking place in New York. And, you know, one gang is in charge of drug trafficking, weapon trafficking, whatever it is that they're doing. And he is just like the guy on top of it all, like similarly to in Daredevil, the show. He doesn't necessarily make an appearance or take full responsibility because he's so high up, you know? All right, Cam, here we go. Next one, Caliente or Frio? Your girl Echo coming in to the MCU. What do you think?
Dude, that is a straight caliente every day, all day. Maya Lopez as Echo, it's a character who I really wanted to see on screen and to see what the MCU can do. I love Daredevil. You and I both know that Daredevil is like is another off-screen moment for me. But again, Marvel does such a good job with female characters, and having her be on the other side, I feel like she could be the Elektra that we've always kind of thought that we were going to get, you know, in the sense of just how important she can be to the series moving forward. And then obviously she's supposed to get her own. So the fact that she's getting her own series, I feel like she's going to play a pretty big role in Hawkeye, but I think it's a really good maybe anti-hero side character that Kate Bishop and my boy Ronan can kind of face off against. So I think she'll be good. But moving on, Caliente o Frio, Yelena Belova showing up to capture and or kill Hawkeye.
Caliente again. 3 in a row, baby. I think honestly, this is to me what seems to be the tail end of Jeremy Renner's run as the Hawkeye. I think this series, if nothing else, is going to set Kate Bishop on the path to take the mantle, and he is either going to be dead or retire for good at the end of this series.
You know what? Here we go. I'm going to give you a bonus. I'm going to skip the one that I was going to have, and I'm going to give you a bonus, and I'm going to throw you one. Caliente o Frio, Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye, sacrificing himself at the end of the series to save another character.
You hear that? That's heating up because it's caliente time, baby. Yeah, so I think it would be pretty cool and ironic if whoever the villain is shoots an arrow to try to kill Kate Bishop and he jumps in a way you didn't see that coming. Style takes an L, done, out for the count.
Bro, I just got was Hey, I just got goosebumps as you said that. I just got chills. That's exactly what I thought. As soon as you said it, that's exactly what I thought. Oh, that was good. That was good.
All right. And Cam, I got the last one here for you. Caliente o frío? Is this going to connect to Falcon and the Winter Soldier? If so, how?
Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna go frio. I'm gonna go frio on this. And
Boy,
I'm
you're
curious of
frío
what you
all
think about
day.
this. You know what? This series has to heat up for me. The thoughts in my head, they're hot, but I feel like this series is gonna be cold. And I think coming on the heels of Falcon and Winter Soldier, that was a little bit of a miss for me overall from start to finish. I think they had good characters, good introduction, those types of things. The only thing that I feel about this show is I feel like they're using it as a stepping stone to further the local street character level threats that we have. And I feel like they're trying to establish the Earth base MCU, especially in New York and stuff like that. Like I feel like nothing about this feels super important about just Hawkeye himself. He's at the end of his road, just like how Black Widow's kind of coming to the end. This is the end where Falcon and Winter Soldier was kind of a jump off. I think this is just to establish and fill out more of the timeline that we're missing post snap. So I'm curious of what you think about it.
We've seen so much cosmic stuff within the Phase 4, and it's not fair to characters like Winter Soldier, Falcon, Hawkeye, Yelena, characters of that nature to kind of be overshadowed, considering if you have somebody like Galactus coming through, what is somebody who throws a shield going to do that? So you have to create a kind of balanced universe, as Thanos would call it, so that you have enough super beings like the Eternals and Captain Marvel and those characters to take on their threats that are at their level, and then you have localized, maybe even like statewide or whatever threats that are taken by Falcon, Winter Soldier, Hawkeye, and those types of characters.
Moving forward, my biggest theory is this is to further set up villains, but also further kind of the creation, if you will, of the Thunderbolts team.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is they can give us more heroes and anti-heroes that she can build her team. And I think having these characters that she can pluck from are going to be good enough as a team together that they can kind of go and do kind of what a What If did and get your Guardians of the Multiverse, but get your new kind of sub Avengers team. And this is just going to be more characters to do that. Is Kate Bishop going to be an Avenger? I don't know. In my opinion, before we get a brand new Avengers team with all new characters, we're going to get a version of the Thunderbolts that are going to be just pure anti-heroes. And I think the next person on their team is going to come from this series that's introduced. So that's basically the biggest theory that I have. Sorry, puberty just hit. That's the biggest theory that I have. Mr. J, hit us with the knowledge. What are you thinking? Biggest theories for Hawkeye?
So I'm gonna go a little outside of my comfort zone for this one. I usually like to keep it a little bit logical, but I want to say we're gonna expand right now. And by expand, I mean we're gonna expand to look like my boy, Giant Man. The one thing that I feel like Hawkeye lacks as a character, and this goes for any archer, is the amount of ammo my boy has. You can be the best archer, but if you only got 10 arrows, bro, what are you gonna do? You just be like, all right, yo, Cap, you're on your own for the rest of this fight. I'm all out. Let me tell you this. What if during this off season, the blip, everybody's back, whatever, he gets his hands on some Pim Tech, walks around with a little briefcase like this big. Maybe he could put it in his utility belt, and it's a bunch of little ass arrows. And then he's like, oh shit, I'm out of arrows. Boom, expand. Or even like, how that's the one thing I feel like Hawkeye lacks. It's just the fact that he has a very practical uniform. when in the MCU, we are above practical. So if you introduce him, I know everybody's like Stark Tech, Vibranium. Bro, give this man some Pym Tech, it's game over. Imagine he shoots an arrow, somehow like a little ass arrow going at like 100 miles an hour. Expand that shit mid-flight, and then it hits with that damage, or even a big arrow that shrinks mid-air and hits somebody. Dude, that would be catastrophic damage.
I think it's safe to say you made him the greatest character, maybe of all time. Dang. That would completely change how I feel about the Hawkeye character, simply because he's kind of one of those characters where, like, I feel like he's not going to come through clutch, but the way that he does come through clutch is like in writing. You know what I mean? Like, they sit there and like, all right, we got to give Hawkeye his moment. What's he going to do? Oh, blow the bunker up. All right, let's give him a bunker bomb. You know what I mean? It's like, what is he really going to do? But with that, he'd be the first one. I'd be like, boom, I choose you. Let's go.
Yeah, I think some Pym Tech would suit this man a long way.
Okay. So, like we always like to do after our theories, do we forge all day, all night? But we know we got to wrap it up. Quick little lightning round. I'm gonna put 1 minute on the clock. Oh, boom, baby. Okay. 1 minute on the clock. Give me your best possible fight scene that we could see in Hawkeye with characters that we're assuming are going to be in the show.
Like you just said off screen, Hawkeye versus Bullseye, or Echo, whoever it is. I think a fight scene like that would be so badass. Because the thing with Hawkeye is he has a lot of confidence in his capabilities. Like even in Civil War when he was fighting Iron Man, he shot the arrow. Iron Man deflected all of them. He's like, "You missed," and he's like, "No, I didn't. I always hit the target I'm going for." You put him against a character like Bullseye, and they're just like one shooting an arrow, one shooting a dart, and it just boom clashes all the way through. Dude, that would be an even match. And then they drop their weapons, go straight into hand-to-hand combat. Shang-Chi style, baby. Last lightning round question for the day. Cam, I want to know, you're writing this show, and Kevin Feige tells you, add scrolls into the mix. Go.
Dude, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Hawkeye himself is a scroll. Hawkeye himself is a scroll. Now, the reason why I would say it'd be a little too far-fetched would just be because he has a skill set and he's going to pass the torch to Kate Bishop, right? But imagine though that they see her as a threat. The scroll invasion is about to happen. They've already removed him. She comes on the scene, and he, in that Ronin character, has been here all along just to eliminate as many people as he can. But it turns out there's a little moment of where he's like, I actually like her. And they kind of have that slight little bond, but he's already been replaced. He has been replaced, but he just kind of follows through as Hawkeye. I don't know. That's tough, but I would like his character. I always have thought his character and Black Widow were scrolls the whole time.
Yeah.
So I'm okay if he is the actual scroll.
Yeah, like if they just show like a cutscene where he is killed and he's like on his dying breath, and you just see him just morph back into a scroll, dude, I'd be like, oh my god, bro.
Yes. Dude, that's the ultimate sacrifice. That's the moment where he takes those arrows and then she's like, oh my God, what happened? And then bam, my boy turns green. I don't know. I listen, either way, we're getting more content. I'm excited for the series coming out. I know it's overshadowed and I know it's just a placeholder for what's really coming in essentially a month, but I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be a good change of pace in the meantime. All right, guys. Well, that is all we have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and smash that shit. Turn on the notification bell for your boy, Mr. Jalapeno, and Cam over from Forging Theories. We have a lot of collaborative videos that we like to do, as well as do our separate channel content. So keep an eye out for that. Let us know in the comments below, what are your wildest theories and what are you most looking forward to for this season of Hawkeye? And we'll see you guys for the next one. Take care.